Hi and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me. So this is a bit of an exciting one, to be perfectly honest, because I've literally just listened to it and I'm absolutely busting to get this video down because it's blown me away with magnificence, frankly. That's something of a spoiler alert, I suppose. You could stop watching the video now because you know what I think, but there we go. Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, 50th anniversary. So what do we think about that? It's there's a big boxed set available, I see, which has got all sorts of things released in it. The original album, I've got no desire really to get another copy of that. I've got an original UK pressing of that, and it sounds absolutely. I've actually had two of those over the years. They just sound, to my taste, to my ear, the best. And then you get various sort of, multi-channel, 24, 192, whatever, kind of issues of it. And again, I've got versions of that. I don't need it more. But the interesting thing in the boxed sets, whether it's CD or DVD or vinyl, is that you get this, which is Dark Side of the Moon performed live at Wembley, 1974, recorded at the Empire Pool, Wembley, London. And you get a really nice vinyl LP pressing of it in the box. And that was very tempting to, I often buy a box set because of such things. There's something in there that you just really want. Now, the really, really exceptionally cool thing here is it's available separately. And I pre-ordered this on, Amazon, which I know I don't really like to sort of promote Amazon because it's putting bricks and mortar shops out of business, but it is what it is. And this cost me the grand total of £16. £16, 1/6. Frankly, it's nothing. Anyway, look, let me show you what you get. So I'll take the shrink wrap off. I'll put that back on there just so we can see. But it's a really nice gatefold cover. You see it's got a nice, good, solid spine. And it's this beautiful kind of matte finished card, which almost sort of got a rubberized feel, which is just, feels really nice. And you can see there we've got the inside with the lyrics. And because, being an ex-designer, artist designer, I used to work in graphic design and got an art degree in that. I just find this really fascinating because these are obviously original drawings for the original design and layout for the original cover, with all the Pantone numbers or whatever, color mixes. It's just really, really, really cool. I like that very much indeed. And then if I show you the outside, it just appeals to my sensibilities, if you like. You can have an alternate cover, then I think that's about as cool as it gets. And I'll show you what else you get now. Just remember, this is £16. So you've got a really, really nice cover. And then we've got two posters in here. You'll remember the original, you got two posters. The pink one with the sort of squares of the band, Pink Floyd written in it. And anyway, here we've got, time, clearly. Kind of quite a nice image. If I was a teenager again, that would probably be going on the wall. And then the second one is a Gerald scarf. We of course did their, did the artwork for them in their later years, or slightly later years. And Pink Floyd, October 1974. And there we got a really cool poster here with the tour dates. Winter Tour 1974, Edinburgh, Newcastle upon Tyne, Empire Pool, Wembley, where this was recorded, Stoke-on-Trent, Cardiff, Liverpool, Birmingham, Manchester, and Bristol, the Hippodrome. That must have been, well, I mean, I would say now, I wasn't at any of these gigs. I'd have been 10 at the time, probably a little bit young to be going to Pink Floyd concerts. But anyway, two really nice posters. And interestingly enough, you do get a poly-lined black inner sleeve, which is kind of cool. And yeah, it's got a lining in it, which is nice. I have actually swapped over and given this one of my favourite MA recording inner sleeves because, hell, you know, I played it once and it you know, it's jaw dropping. So there we go. And again, as I said, this cost £16. I think the retail price is only about £20. So you know, it really, really, really isn't expensive. In fact, I'd say more than that. I'd say it's an absolute bloody steal. And it's flat, first of all, totally flat piece of vinyl, which is not altogether common these days. And I didn't notice any noise whatsoever on it, so I've only played it the once just now, and it just, you know, I mean, frankly, even at the end of side one, I was just itching to get the camera out and make this video, but it just, my God, what a fun trip. If you only ever played it once, it would be worth every penny of it. But you know, this is an absolute keeper. It's an absolute no-brainer. So just absolutely fantastic. Now I'll just run through a little bit about it and what. I mean, okay, so from the start, it starts off. You've got you know, with Speak to Me, and you've kind of got that, you know, boom boom kind of heartbeat bass going on, and it's just, you know, it's got really nice depth to it, really, really, really nice depth. And then that, you know, I've been mad for many years, you know, and all that kind of, you know, the vocal tracks, the speech tracks, and you know, instantly, it's like, wow, that's clear. That really, really, really is clear. And I'm sure a lot of you will share this feeling with me, that a lot of times live albums are really quite muddy and muffled. And I know a lot of people that just don't like live albums. I'm not one of those. In fact, I think a good live album is almost better than a studio album. But a really good live album is a very rare thing to find. And it's, yeah, but this one is, it's just, you know, everything that those speech backing tracks, interview type sort of, you know, I've been mad for years. They're just ridiculously clear. And the stereo effects, it's just fantastic. And anyway, we move into Breathe. And again, it's just, I've written on my notes, it's whereas live often means muffled, this is absolutely not. The bass notes, the bass guitar, it's so, every single note is really clear, really, really well weighted, and the pitch is just absolutely on. It's not just vague bass notes, it's you follow every single note that Waters is playing. The guitar is just creamy, hangs in space, cymbals are just effortlessly clean. It's just it's absolutely incredible. And then anyway, as you go from Breathe into On the Run, I mean, I just you know, I think I wrote holy crap, basically. The bass is kind of literally seismic. It's so deep, so kind of powerful but clean. And then you've got, you know, just amazingly kind of keyboard sounds and all this over the top. But yeah, as it really sort of gets into On the Run, it's you know, it's dirty in the best possible way. But yeah, God, it sounds like, you know, Satan's in your basement kind of thing. It's growly and deep and powerful and nasty, you know. And then we get into Time, which is kind of interesting because I'd swear that the clock tape, if you like, is exactly the same tape that they used on the studio album. I'd absolutely swear that. And then the guitars, drums, bass come in. Again, the precision and the clarity, the pitching of these, it's exceptionally well captured. and they sort of slip into a slightly more kind of slidey kind of groove that I would say that they do in the studio album. We go into Great Gig in the Sky, which is then again, it's just really, really, really nice. I mean, there are two, Vanetta Fields and Carlina Williams doing the backing vocals on this performance, the live performance. It was Claire Torrey, I think it was, on the studio album, wasn't it? But again, you can hear that there are two female vocals again, which is just very pleasing. The texture of Rick's keyboards also, it's beautiful. It's not, I keep going on about Roger's bass, but actually the whole band, the way it's captured is just beautiful. It really, really, really is. And anyway, let me get on to side two. So again, you've kind of got the cash register type of entrance into Money, and then again, I mean, it's I've actually sworn a bit in my notes, but the bass is just, it's so well pitched. I'm pretty sure this has been remastered for this release. Now, I ought to just say that I don't believe that this has ever been available on vinyl before. Obviously recorded at the event in '74 at Wembley. I think it was first officially released on one of the immersion box sets, maybe about 10 years ago, but only ever on CD. So this has clearly been remastered for vinyl. Whether it's been remixed or not, I don't know, but it's they have done an exceptional job. I mean, they really, really, really have. It's just amazing. I mean, let's say that in Money, you've got this the pitch accuracy, resolution of the bass, and then the guitars are. I'd say the guitar. Gilmour's guitar is actually throughout the album is probably the thing that's changed most. Kind of feels most sort of freeform in comparison with the studio album. The drumming is just absolutely on the money. We are talking about money, but here we go. Yeah, it is absolutely on the money. And the bass is also, it's very as it was on the album, if you like. But honestly, possibly cleaner. And we're talking a live album here, so that's really, really, really surprising. I'm sure most of you would be thinking, well, it's it'll be a bit shit, but I'll put up with it because it'll be interesting. Actually, it's really, 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 really mind-blowingly good. And another lovely bit in this, it's Dick Parry, the saxophone, which I believe he played the saxophone on the studio album too. But halfway through Money, you go like, whoa. You get I think it's Roger's vocal, and he goes, whoa, come on, Dick, and then it's like we launch into the sax solo. And it's kind of while the guitars are sort of more dirty and fuzzy, fuzz guitar-y dirty, if you know what I mean, natural, intended guitar effects than on the studio album. The sax is kind of a little bit more laid back, and sort of just a bit more laid back and smooth and groovy. Then we go into Us and Then, and again the organ there it kind of sounds more like a church organ. It's got a beautiful timbre to it. The bass again is just exceptional, and the sax is quite different on this track too. The sax it's definitely sort of more muted than on the studio album, but it's sort of softer and it's kind of more reflective, and it works really, really, really well with the track. And then Any Colour You Like, Brain Damage, Eclipse, just again wonderful crispness, focus, pitch, timing, the playing, the band. It's absolutely there. It really, it's maybe because it's live and they do it so damn well, it actually stands out more than you'd expect, because so often live things are a bit a bit less perfect than one might like. Anyway, yeah, we go through the final two tracks. And then at the end of Eclipse, you know, we've kind of got sort of church bells, big, you know, big scale church bells at the end, which sort of end the album, and just leave you with this spacious, massive, you know, as the sound fades away and sort of decays away, you're just, you know, there's no two ways you are, you know, what you've been listening to is spacious and massive, and just, I mean, hell, it really, 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 really makes me wish I had been there. It's, yeah, I've got to say, sonically, I think this is, I've got to give it 10 out of 10. It is, you know, it's so far ahead of what I was expecting. It really, really is. And the presentation is beautiful. I mean, you know, personally, to me, obviously being a sort of, you know, having worked in design, graphic design, I find that, you know, a really interesting alternative to the original cover. You know, basically the working drawing for the original cover, but the quality of the card, you know, the quality of the printing, the feel of the card, the fact it's got a black, as the original did, inner sleeve, which is lined. You've got a couple of nice posters. No postcards with this one, but you know, you can't have everything. I mean, honestly, if this had cost £40, I'd still advise you go out and buy it, or even £50, frankly. You know, I think, you know, I got it at a slightly advantageous price on pre-order. I'm not sure what it is now, but I've certainly seen it for £20 or just under, and it is an absolute no-brainer. Every single Pink Floyd fan in the world should go out and buy this. It's as simple as that. And if you're not a Pink Floyd fan, well, I'd you know, I don't think you'd be that disappointed with it. It's stunning. So there we are. In conclusion, blow me down with a feather duster. This is amazing. Far outweighs my expectations, and bargain of the year so far. Happy anniversary, Dark Side of the Moon. All lyrics by Roger Waters, it says here. That'll have pissed off Dave Gilmour, won't it? Haha. Anyway, can't recommend it enough. Go out and buy it. So, thanks for watching. If you like the video, please leave a thumbs up. Please leave a comment below. I love you reading your comments. And if you like the channel, do subscribe. It does help out immensely. And I will see you all again soon. Thank you very, very, very much. Cheers. Bye-bye.